Hello, I'm Anthony Mastromonaco. Vaccines have been under a lot of fire in the recent years. It seems that more and more people are choosing not to get their children vaccinated. A lot of people just don't know what to think about them. I think the main reason is that many people don't know a lot about them and don't know if they trust the ingredients, since a lot of the ingredients are chemicals we've never heard of, let alone able to pronounce. In this speech, I hope to inform you a little about what vaccines are and how they can benefit us, and hopefully clear up some myths that you may have heard. To start, I would like to share how vaccines work. According to the Centers for Disease Control, vaccines help the body's natural immunization process. For the body to become immune, you must be infected with the disease. Once infected, the immune system kicks in and uses several tools to combat the disease. White blood cells are the number one tool used for fighting infection. They consist of three parts: B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes, and macrophages. Macrophages are the white blood cells that swallow up the disease and leave behind parts of the disease called antigens. The body then realizes that these antigens are bad. Here the B lymphocytes create antibodies that attack the antigens. T lymphocytes are defensive white blood cells that attack already infected cells. For this whole process to work, it takes the body a couple of days. After the infection, the immune system will now remember how to fight this disease. The body actually leaves around a couple of T lymphocytes in order to attack affected cells as soon as you are infected with the same disease again. Vaccines are used to help develop immunity to diseases that the body can't fight on its own. Vaccines imitate the disease by containing a weakened version of it. This allows the body to produce antibodies and T lymphocytes to battle against the disease without the disease being able to progress. Once the antibodies and T lymphocytes are in your body, your immune system will immediately attack the disease if you are ever infected and will crush it before it has a chance to harm you. One of the main problems with vaccines is that the rumor that they may cause autism. The number one vaccine that came under fire with this was the measles, mumps, rubella, or MMR vaccine. It was noted that there was a coincidence that right around the time children received the MMR shot, some showed signs of autism. This coincidence had many parents start to worry and start to question vaccines. There was a study performed in 1998, headed by Andrew Wakefield, that showed a link between the MMR vaccine and autism. The study was then published in The Lancet, a weekly peer-reviewed medical journal. Once the study was published, vaccines were now looked at in a different light. This is where many people began to question if they were worth it. Once this study was published, there were now more studies on the MMR vaccine as well as Wakefield's report. According to ScienceNews.org, in 2010, the UK General Medical Council ended up removing Wakefield's report due to the findings that the participants in the report were biased and that Wakefield committed several breaches of ethics in his work. It also turned out that several of the co-authors of the study disowned the paper after not agreeing with its findings. Unfortunately, even though the findings were false, the amount that the media and even celebrities jumped on the alleged autism link, it still scares people into not trusting their doctors. However, according to the CDC in 2004, the Institute of Medicine concluded that there is no link between vaccines and autism. The finding was then backed up in 2013 in a study published in the Journal of Pediatrics. Another rumor that people usually toss around is that we no longer need vaccines if these diseases don't exist anymore. This statement is actually false. These diseases are actually still around, just not seen since we have vaccines for them. Smallpox is actually the only disease that has been eradicated. This was confirmed by a commission of scientists on December 9th, 1979, and was endorsed by the World Health Assembly on May 8, 1980. The most recent outbreak was that of polio in Nigeria. In 2003, there was a boycott against the polio vaccine. This boycott was started in fear that Western countries were using the vaccines to make Muslims infertile or infect them with AIDS. This boycott lasted a full year until its supporters were persuaded to drop it. According to the World Health Organization, in 2004, Nigeria saw a number of newly infected children jump from 355 to 792. After these increasing numbers, Muslim leaders then started to urge their followers to get the vaccination. Some Muslim leaders even had a zero-tolerance policy if people refused the vaccine. One top Islamic authority actually stripped the chief of his traditional title after the chief divorced his wife for getting their children vaccinated. Now scientists and organizations are trying their hardest to eradicate polio by spreading the word about the positives of the vaccine. I'll post a link to a video created by the Gates organization trying to spread the word about the benefits of this vaccine. I hope that I was able to give you a little insight on why vaccines are beneficial. I know that due to everything you see in the media giving vaccines a bad rap, it might be hard to trust them. I hope that maybe this speech made you question some things. There are countless studies on vaccines that you can research and read for yourself that I hope you look at before you make any conclusions. There are also a couple of videos I posted about some outbreaks and how vaccines have helped. Please take some time to watch them, and I hope that they could shed some light even further on the positives of vaccines. Thank you.